Hi, everybody. It is Litecoin Lisa. Today is Friday, so I hope you are all wearing red today. Wear red for everyone deployed. R-E-D. Red. Everyone deployed. Got it? And if you're not wearing red, grab a cup that's red or a red solo cup and fill it up with your favorite beverage and join us on the other side with Clint Westwood for happy hour. And we're going to have Blind Dave join us here in a little bit to talk about giveaways at the Team Mighty event. You guys, there's a few more tickets. We need your help. Share the event and get your ticket to the event. We're going to have Big Swear there, Bitcoin Ben, Andy Sheckman, Jenny Moonstone. Oh my gosh, the list goes on and on. So right after this. Hi, everybody. I am Litecoin Lisa. You guys also know me as Lisa Mighty Davis, and that name came from my amazing daughter, Mighty Mia. We have a family foundation, and we honor her life every year. And this year, we are going to be having an event, the Team Mighty Freedom event, Freedom Celebration, and we are honoring a champion and a warrior this year. And Big Swear and the Road to Ruta crew are our champions. And my dad, my pops, is our warrior this year. We're asking you to come join us in Oklahoma City. You can get your tickets if you go to teammighty22.eventbrite.com, and you'll learn more there. So you guys join us in Oklahoma City. Come to my hometown and hear about freedom and the inspiring story of Mighty Mia. You're looking a little frustrated there, Westwood. What's going on?
I'm looking frustrated. I'm looking frustrated. You know, my green screen gave out on me. It started glitching, so I had to reset it.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to reset the green screen.
You rebooted the green screen?
Yeah, I had to reboot it. It's a quick restart. It's a solid state drive, so it didn't take long. But
it's looking good back there. Yeah,
not too bad.
I don't know if you saw some of the
I got my
tweets.
red solo cup.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Red
on Fridays. Red for everyone deployed. And I wore a little bit of red on my coin flip Bitcoin shirt.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So we got it going on.
Coin flip. Put that dirty fiat in. Get some sound money for the digital age up.
That's right. Yeah. Go follow them on Twitter so you can get the codes and stuff. They put out little discount codes. Helps
Absolutely.
with the fees, but it's a great way to to get a little crypto in your wallet.
Yes.
And have it in your possession on your body.
Dang straight.
Yeah, so we drove to Kansas City this week.
Yeah, how'd it go other than the rain? Dry Kansas City.
In dry
Kansas.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I think we were talking about the alcohol. It's dry. I don't know.
No, I was telling people. So my sister lived in Kansas City in the Overland Park area for years. And I'd go up there with the kids. I'd visit her. And every time we drove through that Flint Hills, there's this area and it has like these cattle stops for like semis, I guess, to let the cows take a break or something. I don't know what they do there.
Okay.
But every time I've ever been, there was like either, I don't know if they burn it to like control it, but there's always a fire. Almost every summer that I've gone through there, it either had just been burned or was on fire or
we don't need no water. Let the mine.
Yeah, this was start singing. You know the rule with you and singing.
I sang on my video, I think today or yesterday. Anyway, blame it on Ukraine.
Yeah.
Band.
There you go.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway, it was the most lush green I've ever seen it. The grass was knee-high on an Angus.
Knee-high to an Angus.
Knee-high to an Angus. It was, the cows were fat and happy. It was the most ridiculous, a little patch of heaven. Kansas looked like a little patch of heaven. I think they are just a bunch of damn liars.
Well,
and that's what
you and Johnny were talking about yesterday, Liar.
Yes.
Clint Vanilli. Funny, Polly. Go ahead.
It was just wearing me out. Oh, yeah.
Clinty Vanilli.
I saw a Milli Vanilli meme the other day that cracked me up. It said something about all these people were they making money on lip syncing things or something? And
Now they all do it.
And Millie Vanilli, like over there, is so pissed off because they got in so much trouble for doing
busted
that.
for it. Like, oh my God, they're not singing live.
Yeah.
But now every time you go to a concert,
That's all
like
they
the
do.
Super Bowl or the Today Show has their Friday concerts, and it's like they all lip sync, and it's so horrible.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever.
I thought it was funny. I needed some lip syncing help. Bix had me up there, and he's like asking me questions, and then all of a sudden he's like, "And Lisa sings," and I was like, "We did not practice." Or
it's like, whoa.
Well, he's used to sing, the song how he sings it. But that's not how it's sung on the radio, or And so I'm trying to we should have practiced this, so I would know
wagon wheel.
Don't sing on the show. But I was like, we should have practiced this so I would know your cadence, or I can pretty much keep up with him, but it always sounds better when we've been drinking. And he pulled me on the beginning of the show.
Too early.
I'm like, dude, they have not even had more than one beer at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get everybody a little juiced up and ready to go. And
anyway. Yeah, and then he's telling these people how he met me, and he's like, "Yeah, I went to Oklahoma City to meet Bitcoin Ben on his tour," and I was telling him that story, and he goes, and she walks up to me and goes, "Hi, I'm Litecoin Lisa," and I was like,
now see, your memory of events is always a little different than the reality, isn't it? We tend to recreate the history in our minds, as time goes by.
A tad,
a little bit, I'm Litecoin Lisa, and I kick my boots together and I put my hand out.
Yeah. I was like, listen, Bix.
Okay, see ya. Hey, do good.
Also, is she going to compete?
She's gonna have Friday night vaults tonight.
Cool.
So yeah, she's
Friday night
jumping.
Vaults. That sounds like a YouTube channel.
I'm telling you, they'd probably get a lot more views than I get.
Friday night Vaults.
I could do it live at Friday night Vaults. Everybody jumping behind me, and they'll watch the vaulters, and I'll just be like,
and then you'll be talking about crypto prices.
Right.
Friday night Vaults.
Speaking of crypto
and wallets,
doing well.
It's doing quite well. Yeah, unlike our economy.
Making a comeback.
Here's the weird thing. So I was on a Twitter Spaces with Reggie today. He sent it to me in the private messages, which I totally missed because we had an issue. One of the air conditioning units went out in the house, and so
not the time of the year for that to happen.
No, and the water unit in the other half of the house went out last week.
In the West Wing.
Not a wing, but on my side of the house, the hot water went out. On the kids' side, the air conditioning unit went out.
I tripped on my Jack Daniels. Oh, Lord. My side of the house. This is my side of the house. This is your side. It's like the Brady Bunch when they put the tape down the middle. It's like, nope, you stay on that side, Marcia.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Nope, you can't come over here. The phone.
Me and my sisters did that. So we had
to
share rooms so many times. I can't even tell you. We tried so many things. We tried the hanging the sheet, that never really worked.
Right.
We tried putting our dressers in the middle of the room instead of on a wall, but then that just takes up all the room.
The room. And then you're going against the wall
again. It really works.
Sideways, creeping.
Anyway, back to crypto.
Back to current events in crypto.
Yeah. So I'm on this call with Reggie and we're talking, and we brought up the fact that, he served Coinbase, and, they're going through all that.
He did what?
Served Coinbase.
Mm-hmm. Was it like a subpoena or something?
I don't know the technical term, so I don't want to misspeak.
Put them on notice for something?
For their infringement, and it's in the and so they'll have to disclose that to their stockholders in their next report.
Yeah, good thing it was at the end of the quarter, and they don't have to do it until what?
No, it's coming up.
Well, it should be. They should have reported, I think. I don't know. So Reggie's a smarter guy.
Yeah. Well, none of us are, and that was I said, as Reggie always says, I'm not a lawyer, and none of this is financial advice.
Right.
All the disclosures. But then I brought up the same thing is kind of happening because Twitter's a public company.
Yep.
So part of this with Elongate, which monkeypox got a new, most hilarious. I'm going to have to take my earpod out so you guys can hear the funniest Tucker episode. I sent it in the Westwood chat.
Schlong COVID.
The Schlongate or whatever.
Schlong COVID.
Schlong COVID.
It's Schlong COVID. Schlong COVID.
They renamed monkeypox because they said it was racist. Which I was like,
so
I didn't know monkeys were a race, but
I mean, there's a lot of different types of monkeys too. I mean, is a Sasquatch a monkey?
Maybe
might have some DNA there. I'd be offended.
And then I saw, so Sean was talking about Neanderthals were actually a race, the only other race other than humans. But he said we killed them, which I was not a part of that, but someone was, I guess. And
we should make reparations to any of the survivors.
Apparently there are surviving Neanderthals because I just saw.
And they're running for Congress in November.
Yeah. Well, and in Oklahoma tomorrow is Comic-Con or some kind of, and I was like, oh, that's just probably to cover up the live aliens that are going to be walking around downtown or something. I don't know. Just some crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good cover.
Okay, actually. So I digress once again.
Bringing it home.
Not circling back, but bring it back. So we're talking about, they're going to have to disclose this to their stockholders because if they don't, then they're not doing their fiduciary responsibility to show the vulnerability to their stockholders of what their possible risks are to the stockholders in these reports that they're required to show. And then somebody else disclosed, which I do not know what all Gensler, what all his responsibilities are or whatever, or what all things he's still involved with.
Yeah, what he's got any kind of control or authority over, who knows at this point.
Right. But somebody found the letter that he signed where he says like what he's allowed to be on and not on and what he has to, where is it?
Like on as far as medication? Or as far as like
hold on, I'll find it. Sorry.
All right,
hold
platforms.
On, I'll find it. No, it was like.
How about that Ethereum Classic? Let's throw that out there. And a nice little pump over the past few days.
I just think all of this is going to be, it's all just falling apart is my point. Like,
yes, and that's what Uncle Cliff's been saying in his audio podcast.
The FBI, like Gates is calling out the FBI.
He's kicking butt. I mean,
that was awesome Gates. Today. He got them to publicly admit that the Biden crime family is under an ongoing investigation.
I love it. So they're being investigated. So there's an investigation. So there's an investigation.
So that's why you can't discuss it because there's an ongoing investigation. You're just admitting that. I mean, I can't, if I could just scroll through my Twitter feed to give
if you have the time,
quick rundown. We don't even have the time to blast through. The other thing that's happening that I think is huge. What state is it that is filing something against all the big banks? And Oklahoma is
West Virginia.
One. Yes, West Virginia. It is Mountain Mama.
West Virginia.
Take me home.
Now stop.
Sorry. I know we can't.
No lyrics. No lyrics allowed.
No lyrics will be sung on this channel.
Struck down the bolt.
Okay, so talk about that because I think that is very significant.
Well, it's really a state. I mean, that's a tough one because the banks are pretty much regulated at the federal level, I think, aren't they? Or maybe it is because you can have a state bank though. Really, ultimately, it comes down
regulated,
to anyway.
but
why do I care?
Because the states can decide and do get the hell out.
Right, and so that's what they've done with some of these. 5 of these big banks, 4 or 5 of them, and said, "Nah,
it's like
you know what? We don't
Morgan.
Want you here." Isn't that Manchin senator? Isn't he from West Virginia? The guy that isn't he from West Virginia? Manchin, senator that just jumped onto this bill that came out of nowhere because We need to stimulate the economy again. You know, what was the anti-inflation bill or something? Stop inflation bill that they're going to pass, and they're going to give you money to stop inflation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, figure that one out. No, billions of dollars to prevent inflation.
Yeah, West Virginia is standing up to BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo.
The only reason that Bank of America is not in there is I've heard rumors they're already like defunct. So
could be. They could be.
West Virginia tells them get out.
Good. And more states, and you're seeing it. We talked about it before. More states are just asserting their control and saying, okay, this is madness. We're stepping back now. We're going to do it our way. And you see it with Florida and West Virginia now and many other states. That's what they're going to do.
They said there's at least, I think, 5 other states. Hold on, let me. And then I probably won't be able to go back to this because you know how it messes up.
Be all messed up.
When I do that.
And there it is. Yes, bring exposure.
Calling me.
Exposure and disclosure. Is it Joe Manchin, Phil? I think it is Joe Manchin. Yeah, while she's looking for this, that bill that they were talking about yesterday.
Are we not watching it?
Oh, that magical bill. Can't see it.
I thought
they're going to fight inflation by giving you money. Because, you know, inflation, they define it as the cost of things going up, not the fact that they've inflated the money supply, and we're seeing the results of it. Anyway.
Back against the president and the woke corporations that are pandering to the left's destructive green goals. The state of West Virginia has just deemed 5 financial institutions ineligible for state banking contracts on the grounds that they boycott fossil fuel companies. You want to know what courage looks like? It's standing up to BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo, some of the biggest firms in the world. Joining me now is a man who made this determination, West Virginia Treasury, Riley Moore. Riley, thank you. When we had you on in January, at the time, you noted that other states were considering moves like this. Will this be the start of a domino effect against the woke CEOs?
Well, Laura, thank you so much for having me on. And yes, I do believe this is the first step because similar legislation that has authorized me to do this has also passed in Kentucky, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Texas. And I've been in conversations with them, and they are working on their lists, like we have in West Virginia now, the restricted institutions list. So this is just the first step in this process.
The financial constitutions list is what he called it.
Very interesting.
Well, JP Morgan responded to your move, telling the New York Times that this decision is short-sighted and disconnected from the facts, adding that its business practices are not in conflict with this anti-free market law. Now, Riley, the big banks are obviously trying to just pay lip service to conservatives or assuage your concerns about free markets. Your response?
Yeah, that's hilarious. So JP Morgan Chase and these other banks that we have listed clearly have prohibitions on lending to the fossil fuel industry. Maybe perhaps they might do some business in oil. Maybe they might do some in gas. But I'll give you an example. They do have direct prohibitions on lending to coal, which we are a coal state here in West Virginia. We just happen to power the country. I guess not that big of a deal, but it is a very important resource here in the United States. So they have a direct lending prohibition on all thermal coal in this country and any financing related to that. So I don't buy that argument. And secondarily, this is a free market solution. I'm a market participant. I'm not a market regulator. And all we're asking for is for the free market to remain free, for these financial institutions to assess risk and capital and decide all their decisions based on those factors and not some woke political agenda.
Yeah. Not some woke political agenda.
Boom.
The other thing on that
cool.
He is the treasurer, state treasurer for West Virginia. So remember when I told you guys about what Oklahoma's treasury did, that it was a big deal, but it was done very quietly over the time, over this great infection, is that we went to a gold-backed treasury, and some of the benefits of that was that allowed us to escape being taxed by the Fed and having that federal oversight or whatever. Because it's probably the same thing, and I don't know this. I would love to be able to ask somebody who would know the legality of all this. I wonder if it's like having cryptos in your own possession, that I'm not asking for Fed dollars, so I'm not giving them power to tax me, or having an exchange hold it for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm having it in my own possession. I'm taking gold and putting it in my treasury. I'm having cryptos in
being your own bank.
Being my own bank.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be the same kind of mindset?
Well, it should be. But that's the thing. Where is the IRS definition and regulation and policy on cryptocurrency at this point? Where's any government policy?
I have a new thought on this.
It's not their casino. That's why they do Fed notes.
Cryptos are a new asset class. It's like asking the SEC and the IRS and all those 3-letter agencies are like asking a safety patrol to come chase me back when I had an R8 on the turnpike. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's a new asset class. The safety patrol needs to stay on the dirt road and let the children cross the street back when money was that.
It's it's a totally different system. You think about it. How silly is it when you have, again, all it is just words on paper. It's code that you then put on a computer that you run for energy that you pay for, which is probably coal-based, ultimately, like it or not. And so you've just decided that, hey, it's like making tokens in a game, and they have no value. But I remember people playing World of Warcraft, there were tokens, and people would be like, yeah, I need these tokens so I can armor up. I need more of this geld, they called it, I think. And so they'd mine it out in the game, and they get money that's only good in the game, and they'd buy different things within the game. So where does the government that creates Federal Reserve notes, and has a whole real economic system out there in the real world, arguably real system, where do they play into this? It's no different than that. Yeah. And the fact that it has value is because we see that it has value and we use it. And it's like, it's totally outside their purview. Totally. And that's why they haven't regulated it yet, because they really don't know how to do it. They're going to try and do it.
My thought today was like, I can't imagine if a safety patrol tried to pull me over on their bicycle. It was like, woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, it's like a crossing guard pulls you over and says, hey, let me see your license registration.
No way. That's
what stay in your lane, bro.
Stay in your lane. Okay, this is the other one we have to watch really quick.
They are changing the name because racism or something. Well, for once, we don't know who they are. We're not going to allow it. We're going to change the name this time. We're going to do it with the public's help because democracy is real. So we had a vote. There was no ballot harvesting. You can trust our counting. And the new name for monkeypox is now officially, and we're declaring it, Schlong COVID. That won our audience election with about 40% of the vote. So let Rochelle Walensky at the CDC know. Her number is 1-800-232-4636. Wait for the prompt on monkeypox and make your voice heard because it's still democracy. Now,
it's no different than calling the president Brandon. And that's caught on. It depends on what we give power to. We manifested that into reality, and there's no difference in manifesting, a new name into reality, a new, gender into reality, a new whatever, a new money into reality. It's all up to us. It's like, hey, I'm not going to pay attention to this old stuff anymore. You banks, I'm not going to deal with you anymore. Don't have to. It's just that simple. It's an illusion. Yeah, take the fentanyl.
Speaking of illusions, Chicago is very concerned about drug addicts and their recreation.
Better watch who they elect and who they send to the White House.
Yeah. So please and their family members. So please be careful and test your recreational drugs.
They're giving out free tests.
They're giving out
tests to see if it's got fentanyl at Lollapalooza this weekend.
Yeah. So please be careful and
test watch yourself.
Recreational drugs. PSA from the Happy Hour Road
Happy Hour PSA. We're here for you. We're here to help. That's
please
all we want to do. We don't want to see you fall down a dark hole and walk into a vampire casino accidentally or something. That'd be a bad thing.
And this was just enraged me. She not only has begged for the National Guard, this fucktard of the mayor
of the District of Columbia, the only thing that Congress has a purview over.
Mm-hmm. She not only wants the National Guard to come protect her from the illegal immigrants that she wants there, or she wants in the U.S., just not
in my backyard. Nimba, what is it? Ninja, that's no
just not in her house.
Not in my backyard.
And now that they're there, she needs someone else to pay for it.
Well, that's what they always do. It's like, hey, it's okay for you. And then we got to close all the Starbucks in Washington State because now everything's going to hell. You know, it's just woke. Yeah. It's silliness, absolute silliness. But that's being exposed, and that's what we're seeing. And we got here more ice. Man, I love it. My buddy Mitch and I, well, we won't bring this up and get into it too much, but Mitch and I will be in St. Louis tomorrow at the Bix Weir Road to Ruta Freedom Show.
Yeah, if you guys
he's bringing me some ice.
Louis, definitely go there. There's a bunch of our friends are going to be there. I know Kent Hieronymus, St. John will be there. You guys will be there.
Yes,
will be there. I saw a bunch of people posting.
That's probably it. No,
you think?
No, there'll be a lot of. Ben's going to be there.
Bix will be there. Ben will be there.
Bitcoin Ben.
Okay, here's the other trend that I'm starting to see. A bunch of walkouts over and strikes. So I guess they couldn't get people to stay home. What was the last thing they tried to get people to stay home?
I mean,
there was something they were trying to
pull this again.
So now they're doing.
Well, school's starting again. See, that's the whole thing. They want to start. Well, we might need to have the masks. We might need to have the monkeypox prick. We need all this.
Yeah, this BT staff walkout actually is for telecom giant, and so it will end up screwing up people's Wi-Fi and stuff. So these people all stay home. Then it screws up this rollout for big Wi-Fi in a huge area, and then that shuts down communications for people. All that. This one is a travel issue for rail workers over jobs and pay. Amazon Prime jumped $20 in the US, which that shocked me. So that puts us at what, 30?
It's like $140 or something now.
140. Is that what it is?
130, $40. I don't know what it is. It's getting pricey. And it's inflation. It's inflation. You know, it's Ukraine and inflation.
Yeah, it jumped 43% in Europe. Okay, that goes back to the Reggie thing, all the way back home. So he said, this is a very weird thing because we talk about like where should our dollars be right now as we go through this transition, because there'll be times where it'll be smart to be in different assets as we go through the transition. We know
crypto
is the future, right?
Yes. Yep.
There will be a time when it'll be a good idea to have some of those ugly fern things.
You're going to need them because that's what people use. And see, that's why people have not disconnected from the Federal Reserve note yet, is because there's so many of them. It's tied to all these different countries because it's been flooded. And that's what they did. That's how they've controlled everything. And so now it has to be unwound, but it's still going to have some value for a time.
And even though they're printing the shit out of it, and yes, we know it's dying. And even though they announced the this education department is preparing for the grant student loan forgiveness to millions of borrowers within months. So and Uncle Cliff has said that will be the death of the dollar. But that's within months, and we know how quickly it will go when it goes. But for a time,
slowly, then suddenly.
Right now, exactly. Right now, Reggie was saying like the dollar. He said, I don't know if he said never or not in a long time. The dollar is worth more than whatever the UK pound. Is it the pound?
Pound, yeah, and the euro.
Or euro.
I mean, it's been going up against the euro.
And he said I don't know if he said it.
You can't hear me? Huh? You can't hear this, can you? No, I can't. No, we're good. Sorry. We're good. 5x5.
Give Mitch a microphone. Just tell him.
Yeah. Magic Mitch on the mic.
Yeah, we got to bring Dave on here in a minute.
Okay.
He's waiting patiently in the background. But I wanted to really talk about this because this was something new that I'm just wrapping my brain around. I really want our community to understand this. There is a time where cash, the fern, the dirty fiat that we tell everybody burn the shit out of that stuff, is having a value gain.
Finish your thought because I'll throw something in there on that.
Yeah, globally, because it's gaining over the dollar. And if you want to go back and listen to Reggie's recent Twitter spaces, he's talking about that. Now, remember that it is only for a time.
It's a very short time.
As soon as silver runs, silver will be next and crypto is the future. And that doesn't mean you should go in that order and you should always be hedging your bets and none of this.
A little of each. Yes.
But there there will be a use case for all of that. So just be thinking about that kind of stuff.
Okay, think about it in the car industry. I'll tie this, you can relate to this. Okay, the car industry is getting harder to buy a car because they're raising interest rates, making it more difficult. What happens when the banks, they start, I don't want to give any loans anymore, and they dry up, and we don't trust anybody. Okay, so if you got cash, you're going to get a much better deal on things because people still understand, okay, I got cash in hand, I can still go buy something with that. And so there is a time where it's going to have value. And I think Jim Willie's the one that said everything else is going to blow up, the dollar will go straight up, and then as everything else implodes, and then the dollar hits, and then it's all gone. All those dollars come flooding home, hyperinflation. I mean, we're close.
He messages me like almost every day, and he is like hardcore on BRICS. He's saying like Iran will lead.
Well, it's the BRICS nations. It's
they're building, but
what is it? What's the B? The B: Brazil, Russia, India, China. And then there's a couple more. Turkey's joining. They want to join. And then there's another big country that was going to join too.
Argentina just joined.
Yeah. And so they're gonna do their own non-dollar denominated system. Now that could be in gold, that could be in Bitcoin, that could be in whatever.
Well, they're in precious metal.
Not dollar. They're
not dollar. Yeah.
Right. But that transition, because there's so many dollars out there, it's been flooded so much and everything's intertwined in it. To unwind that takes time, and it doesn't happen overnight. But you're seeing it happen, and that's the point. Never before Saddam Hussein wanted to take euros for oil, go in, blow him up, kill him. Gaddafi wanted to do the same thing. Hey, we're going to restore Africa, and I'm going to build educational systems and make it gold based, and boom, go in, take the gold, kill him. But you don't see that now. You see Russia doing it. You see these other countries getting away from the dollar. Where's the U.S. military? Not sending them in. It's not happening. And so you're seeing the death of the empire, you're seeing the death of the dollar system in real time right now. So you have to position yourself wisely. Yeah, there will be a time where that cash is cash, not credit, not,
right.
All the digitized stuff is going to have value. The cash will have value, but for a short time. And then people are going to say, this is garbage. They're just going to print it all up. Okay, now what do? I got to have some gold. I got to have some silver. I need some crypto because guess what? Everything's digital. Need some good crypto. Some money for the digital age Litecoin. Look into it.
Yeah, we had a great talk yesterday. Johnny was really helping everybody understand or unwind on the MWeb, and I really see it as
MWeb's huge.
Yeah, back to like if we were back in the old system with even before credit, where you had cash for checks.
Yeah.
Well.
You had to pay with what you had.
Yeah, you had to pay with, and if I want to give somebody a cash tip, so your boss doesn't know, and you don't have to, report it on those things that we don't talk about.
It's not their business; it's your energy.
Right.
You should have a store of your energy that you can give to somebody else.
That's kind of the web world, but
taxed on hugs now.
It's the same value coming from me, so I could either pay cash or I can write a check for it because I need it documented that hey, I paid you.
Mm-hmm.
And this
receipt
went from me and you. It's my public receipt. Yeah. And that's on.
Do you see how crypto solves all that though? You've got a public receipt on the ledger if you want, or you can make it private if you want. It doesn't matter because they receive it. It's like, hey, I don't need a receipt. Oh, I'll pay for cash for stuff. So I don't need a receipt. It's like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
Hey,
it's not their business.
Went a little over trying to get a lot of this information out because we had a lot of news and I still didn't touch everything. I share a lot of my news on my Patreon channel as I'm like going through and finding information. So you guys check that out. I want to update everybody. There's been a huge donation.
It's huge.
Collaborate.
Huge. Look at this. Another cigar smoking crypto junkie. I love it. Blind Dave.
How y'all doing this evening?
Very good.
Great,
I want to
cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. This little Texas beer.
Red Solo cup.
Cheers to you, my friend. I love a little Miller Lite. That's my backup. That's a little lunch.
The backup plan. That's
how's my audio?
Sounds great.
It's amazing.
There's no like back reverb or anything.
Oh no, it's crystal.
Are you hearing it? Because I can try to put my.
No. I'm not. I just wanted to make sure on your end that you weren't because I just turned the volume up.
You sound good.
So that way I can hear y'all a little
Here's
better.
how much Dave loves me. He risked
Dave's been up for 24 hours. He does videos like, twice, 3 times a day.
Since 3 a.m.
This is a crypto warrior right here, brother.
But when a blind man will talk to you on the phone while crossing the street, that is serious love for you. Because I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm trying to cross the street. I'm like, shouldn't you not be on the phone right now? Like, should we hang up and let you cross the street so you can hear?
Well, no, I stopped. I take different precautions.
Oh, God, it scared me to death. And you're like, I'm crossing.
No, I'm well trained. I went blind in 2011 and went to a camp for the blind in 2013, found crypto in 2014 as a means out of the system, Yeah. So for me, it was freedom.
Absolutely.
You have found freedom multiple times in multiple ways, and you've been so brave. We talked a little bit about it today on the phone, and I think every time you say it, it stops me in my tracks about, you lost your dad a few years before my dad passed. And
March of 2019.
Right.
And then I met y'all in April of 2019.
Right then.
In Blanco, Texas.
Right afterwards.
Yep.
And you were so brave. Like, your dad passes, and a month later, you're like, look, if I don't go now, I'm not going to go. And you knew it would be.
It was now or never.
It was now.
It's because he trusted himself. And that's what it comes down to. Everybody who's in crypto trusts themselves because it's a risk. It's something new. It's totally different.
And you've had some challenges. I mean, you've had people come up to you, try to steal stuff off your body. You've had,
try to dance with him and grind on him and lift his wallet and lift his cane.
Yeah,
I mean, all this.
The girl had her hands in my pocket, and it's like, you don't think I feel that?
See,
I'm blind.
I'm telling
not
the truth.
stupid.
My other senses are heightened. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to thank you. You contacted me the other day and let me know that you had been in contact with Qubit House, and they were trying to help us sell more tickets to the event. We've sold about 20 tickets, and for us to break even, we need to sell at least 50.
So you got to go to litecoinlisa.net.
Yeah.
We got a link. August 6th. You got to be in Oklahoma City. Friday night before, Bix is doing a concert. He's going to be there for the event the next day, August 6th. This is for charity. I mean, if you can't go, buy a ticket anyway. Maybe somebody else can use it. If not, it's a donation. It allows Lisa to continue doing what she's doing, spread the message. I mean, supports the charity. I mean, that's an important thing. I mean, and they can pay with what? Crypto. They can pay with whatever.
The charity that we're giving to is pretty amazing. They are this donation will be made in my dad's name. So he was a big hunter, fisherman, and he did that to connect with, people that he loved. And so these guys help
real people
that are, have PTSD or disabilities, whatever, and they take them hunting, fishing all over Texas, Oklahoma. They also have a huge suicide prevention program or awareness program that they have at whether it's just a fundraising thing or if it's a thing for Warriors for Freedom. They also have a community where they do coffee for the warriors or vets here in Oklahoma City on a regular basis. Just amazing group. And then come to find out their son is actually in the same battalion as my dad. And so he is going to be there to present my mom with a flag from the battalion that my dad was in. And so we're really excited about that.
No coincidences. When you do the right thing, you get the right people together and you're fighting for truth and freedom. And it all works out and all comes together.
Daddy was asking what the deadline for auction items to be submitted. I need them as soon as possible. Monday would be great because I'm trying to put together the program over this weekend. I will be able to tweak it, but I've got to get everything printed and ready for the event. And I'm not going to say no to anything because we're trying to raise as much money as we can to honor the veterans, honor my dad, honor Mighty Mia, and everybody that's contributed to this, and honor Road to Ruta and all they've done by bringing the community together. But that's why we're bringing Blind Dave on, is that he got this extra special donation from Qubit House. So Dave, you want to walk us through that and kind of what we're going to do with that and
Absolutely.
how we're going to roll that out?
All right. Well, first off, this is huge. This is huge. I've never been a part of something like this. If you have the means to get there at Lisa's event, litecoinlisa.net. This giveaway is going to be huge. There's going to be a total of 10 NFTs, 4 of which will be door prizes. Now, the average Qubit house goes for about roughly $100.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you. When you say door prizes, if you purchase a ticket and you attend the event, you will be entered to win one of the 4 NFTs that are worth anywhere from, let's say today's value is around $100 to $500. So and I just told you I've only sold 20 tickets.
Check odds are pretty good.
Can you see? Can you read that? I'm trying to cover his number. You can display that.
Yeah, let me.
For they will be more than $100 floor price. These are $2,000 each. $2,000.
And that's just the ones that are being given away to anyone that purchases a ticket and attends the event that will be entered in that drawing. So
correct.
That's the 4 that are entered for that drawing. So
and the odds are a lot better than trying to play this big lotto thing they got out there right now.
And be entered for that chance.
And additionally, the $100 raffle will be for the remaining 6 NFTs. Now, I can share my screen and go to qubit.house, which is the website, which shows it. It might be easier if you do it because I use assistive technology and whatnot on the computer. But the remaining 6 NFTs for auction, $100 a ticket. $100 a ticket.
What would I click on, Dave?
What are the options?
It's
towards the right side.
Community
Qubit Boutique.
I think it's the boutique.
It's probably the boutique, yeah. That's a little nice French word, New Orleans.
Wait. Sorry.
And this should load up different images.
Yeah.
But if you scroll this all the way down to the bottom while this loads, you'll see that like the very entry level ones, the beginning ones start out at about $100 each on Qubit House. The Qubit NFTs, which are on the Digibyte blockchain, which is on chain, and it's through an IPFS. So
nice.
And you can download a node even from www.digiassetx.com. You can download a node from there. And what that does is that further decentralizes it. Matthew Cornelius, the founder of DigiAssetX, saw the different problems and issues of that OpenSea and whatnot and started this. And
basically, it's not a third party. Sorry to interject.
Exactly.
Not a third party. This is Digibyte blockchain and the people ensuring the value here. I mean, this is completely decentralized. You know, there's no central authority that goes down and then you lose everything. No. Go ahead.
Run a node across, or everyone around the globe can run a node and basically act as those Google servers or OpenSea. So you're not going to be hit or rug pulled out of a $59 million or $89 million worth of NFTs. These are on-chain NFTs, works a lot different. And it's much less expensive to create on Digibyte than anywhere else, other than, I would say, like that of Polygon. Yes, you can mint. You can mint for free, but you are still compensated in wrapped Ethereum. So when you go to convert that back to Ethereum, you're still not exempt from those exorbitant fees, right?
Right.
Now with Digibyte, totally different. Blocks every 15 seconds. I mean, look at some of the prices of these. Down towards the bottom of them,
Yeah, the
They're
bottom.
like 500,000 digibyte.
Which 500,000 digibytes a
Well,
life
it's like
changer.
550,000. I do believe that the ones that I have to give away are closer to 850,000 digibyte as far as worth. So really, like for me, I got into crypto in 2014. And as a way to give back, I know Winston got in early as well. And he's the founder and CEO of Qubit House. And Winston wants to give back as well. We have done well in crypto. We've been blessed, and we want to get Digibyte out there. We want to get Digi Asset X out there, as well as Qubit House out there for people to realize that there is a different option out there, and it's just flown completely under the radar. But we want to give back, and this way, if you think of this as not just a prize, right? But the worth of 550,000 digibyte, just that in and of itself, with its recent all-time high of 20 cents this last run up.
And if this
that's
is
over $110,000.
Oh, that'll change your life.
Each. That will change 6 people's lives.
And if this is something they could buy a ticket, come to the event, and hold this until, like we were talking about, how we're going to go through this currency transition, hold it for the future where we know Digibyte is going. I mean, we all know the value.
We all know it's going to absolutely ridiculous. So let me offer a suggestion. I mean, you take it for what it's worth. As some guy, drinking Jack Daniels, smoking a cigar in the middle of nowhere. All right, you got to be present to win. There are some people out there who can't make it. They just can't make it, but want to support what you're doing, Lisa. Is it possible to maybe like one of the NFTs or something, one of those high dollar NFTs to give somebody who bought a ticket to the raffle, and they can't make it, but not be present to win one of them or something? I'm just throwing that out there because not everybody can physically get there.
I just want to honor. So when
I completely agree. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, they really wanted it to be about people getting to the event.
And you should. Everybody should get there, get to these events, because that in itself is life changing. It really is. We've all met each other because of crypto, because of meetups, because of events like this. So it's important to get there. But if for some reason, we all have our life issues, they can't get there. I mean, is it possible maybe to, have one available? Because, all it takes is one, and, that's a big game changer. So I'm just throwing that out there.
We will see. His goal was to get people to the event. That's why he was doing this.
Nope, I get it.
Tickets to get people to the event. So I would doubt that would be his motivation.
No, I get it.
So we're really trying to fill seats. Once again, we've already paid for the event center. We've paid for, the Native American dancers. We've paid for the photo booth. We've paid for, food.
Yeah, no, I get it. From a dollar standpoint, maybe it brings in more donations so that it can help.
That. Yeah.
So.
But the other amazing thing, right, was I'm part of your Patreon, Lisa, and everyone here, y'all should go and join Lisa's Patreon. She gives awesome news updates throughout, different interviews and whatnot that come about. And same thing, let's get Clint Westwood over 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
I mean, like, really. I mean, everything that this dude does. I mean, really?
For sure.
I ain't in it for the money. I just want to wake people up. I mean, and that's really what this is all about.
Well, you can ask Lisa. There's not a whole lot of money here. It's just to get you more out there for the different good things that you do. I mean, I first met you in 2019.
Yeah, right
in
there,
April,
like you said,
and then again at the Litecoin Summit, and
then it kept going from there. And I dragged you like Lisa drags me to events. I dragged you to Westwood this year, you know, and then bam, you're back on the train, baby. And I love it because you've got so much energy, you've got so much knowledge, you've got so much information, and you are a true crypto warrior. But it's not just that, it's you're a true warrior for humanity. To, you know, because that's what this is all about. It's about humanity. It's about helping other people, and so we can all rise up out of the broken system that's going to burn, so that we can rise like the phoenix. And, you know, we've got an option to go forward. We've got this ability as a community, as individuals, and we're empowered, and we've got our energy stored up in something that we never had before. And we can use that to do good. And that's what these meetups are for. That's what this event is for. It's to help other people, because at the end of it, you know, it's like, you know, today, 1 billion lottery across multiple states. Everybody's, oh, what would you do with the money? What would you do with the money? And it's like, you don't, we got to do the things that we can do with the money. And if crypto gets us to a point where we can become the new leaders, we can become the new voice, we can become the new light in this universe, the thing, you know, we have to start doing it now. And you know, and those benefits are going to come, and we have to continue to do that. And everybody who's in crypto, everybody who's in our community, everybody I've met, that's all they want to do. They just want to help other people to rise up and to be free from this vampire system that we've been living in.
Okay, just to clarify, Mom means she's donating a watch, a Bitcoin and a Litecoin watch. Not
from Coin
an
Vigilantes,
Bitcoin or an actual Litecoin.
The Coin Vigilantes. I mean, Carlos, you put out a great video today about what money is and how money funds wars, you know, unlimited amounts of money, because it's not tied to anything. If our money was tied to sound money like it used to be, the world would be a better place. And the watches, the Bitcoin and Litecoin watches that Carlos, you know, Coin Vigilante puts out, it's symbolic of that. It really is, because they've robbed us of our time, the best times of our lives, through fake money. And crypto solves that problem, because we can hold the money ourselves. No banks involved, no central bank, no government. That's what crypto is. That's the empowering thing about crypto. And I'm not talking about the 10,000 cryptos that are out there. I'm talking about Bitcoin, Litecoin, Digibyte, those things that have a finite supply, that it takes work to get. And those are the things that we want to hold in our possession. Those are the things that are going to make us free. And that's what this is all about. That's why we do what we do. All right. I'm going to shut up.
Yeah. Again, for me, it was freedom, right? So freedom to own whatever I want, have whatever I want, because like being disabled, you know, on Social Security, disability, Medicare, you cannot have more than $2,000 in any account. I figured out a way to do this, though. So I try to share that on my channel to other people who are disabled or have a child who's disabled, and how to leave an inheritance for that child, or to protect yourself in such a way. Look, I'm living proof. I did it. It works. I've formed a supplemental needs trust with an EIN number. I use the EIN number instead of my social. And that's the big secret that they don't want you to know. And it works.
Yeah, so, well, you got the Gates Foundation that buys up all the land. I mean, how does he do all that stuff? Exactly.
The Hershey Trust.
Exactly. All these things that they use the existing system that's been built for them. Okay, Dave says, you know what? This system doesn't work for me. It's robbing me of my wealth. It's a vampire system. Okay, fine. How do I figure out how to play in this game as long as I can until it all goes away? Because that's our ultimate goal. It has to go away. We have to have a system to where we can't have unlimited wars. We can't have unlimited funding for garbage and 3-letter agencies. And because of the money, it's all about the money. And so crypto has given the opportunity to us to have a form of money that they don't get their hands in. And so as we transition out of that, okay, how do we have one foot in this pool and one foot in the other pool? Dave does that and has navigated through that, has seen his way through that. The irony of it all, right? But he's done it, and he's living proof, like as you said, Dave, to where you can make it work and you can not get entangled in that web of deceit.
Well, in 2017, I could not take profit. I almost had to move to Mexico over the cost of insulin. So in 2018, during that bear market, I did a ton of research into this. And these are the fruits of my labor, you know.
And what are you doing with it? Are you out living? Are you out going to strip clubs? Are you out blowing money on cocaine and hookers? No. He's giving back to the community and trying to educate other people, because that's what it is. It's just education. It's getting your mind around how not to be a slave, how not to be caught in that system, how not to be caught in that web of deceit, how not to be a victim of the vampires. And with cryptocurrency, it gives us that opportunity. So let's use that cryptocurrency. Let's build things on that cryptocurrency. Let's build artwork on that cryptocurrency and use it and build that new ecosystem and build a new future in our vision, in our belief system, because we can do it now. The tools are there. The weapons are on the battlefield. Pick them up, use them. Buy a ticket to this event. I mean, get to this event. I mean, it's you have to, and you'll meet like-minded people. You'll be invigorated. Your soul will be refreshed. You'll have a new outlook on reality and how the world can be, because that's what it's all about. It's about changing things, and it ain't going to change if we don't do it, if we don't participate.
No, absolutely. I'm going to just read off really quick a list of some of the gifts that we've received already for the silent auction items. So Greg Lang is bringing one of his Grandpa Ape NFTs. He's also going to be giving out at the event some cult. There's a firearms lair ownership from Dave at Dragon Chain, and actually Joe said that he's going to add some lot to that and some other crypto, so you'll have some voting power, and so there's multiple like different kinds of crypto on DIN Social, so you'll be given all kinds of different crypto, so you can like go over. You'll be able to start your like account or whatever your profile. You'll already have ownership in a layer where you're earning passive income for activity, and then you'll also have like strength or power from your cryptocurrency that you're kind of like you're staking on there. I'm getting them to write the description on it, but it's really cool. And that's one thing I was talking to Westwood about, like maybe we should have like a happy hour layer over there where we can all, instead of chatting on Telegram and not getting paid anything, like we could all be chatting over there and posting information and stuff and be earning cryptocurrency over there. Yeah. That's something.
Getting rewarded for your energy.
Getting rewarded.
The government doesn't do, because they destroy your energy.
And they are not sharing our data with anyone. So
right.
That's something that's going to be available. There's a Westwood bucket hat and a book and a picture signed.
A signed picture from Westwood on the scooter. Yep. It's going to be hand delivered.
Yes.
Gary M., you in the chat?
Nana's donating a Litecoin watch and a Bitcoin watch from Crypto Vigilante, so we'll have both of those. I've got a NASCAR trading card from Landon Castle. Bitcoin Ben is putting together a whole like gift package. There is the Heineken. So it is a magnum of champagne that Classic FX is donating. It's like this huge, I have to go sign for it and pick it up because it had to be like, he was like, you would not believe the hassle of sending alcohol via.
You just don't declare it. I haven't done that before. It's like, you got anything breakable or alcoholic in your? No.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So then let's see. Jim Montgomery is bringing a helmet and a Tim Tebow, a signed helmet and Tim Tebow pick. He's also bringing a Elway football. So
he must be a Denver Broncos fan.
Are they both from the Broncos? I don't know.
Yeah, they both play for the Broncos.
That was super generous. And he paid for a picture, and he paid to come to the VIP after party. Like super generous guy. Helping out with everything.
Shout out to Jim.
Then I have these gold crypto banknotes that have
there's Gary M.
Like Charlie Lee, all these different people on them. Those I have. Dr. McDaniel donated a jar of the New Eden product that our whole family is taking. So I'll have that. I grabbed one of the coasters that Daddy O sent me, but I may pull it back now that he's.
Oh, you got the light. got the Litecoin.
I wasn't gonna auction off the one that he signed for me personally, but now he's sending a special package, so I may pull that one back and just put in what he what he's sending. So
it's a treasure. I mean, it is.
Yeah, I know.
This is the community we're involved in, though.
So like that's where I'm like, I have these little gifts that like I should show you guys my office where I have like over the years these little treasures, these memories of, you know, going on the road and meeting people and you know, sharing these things. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just give the one. He gave me a set of 2 Litecoin coasters and he signed one of them. So I was going to keep the signed one, but I was going to let the other one go to help charity, you know. But then in the chat, he's like, Lisa, I'm sending you a package and it'll be there, blah, blah, blah. But I'll send you an email with everything in it. And I'm like, oh, good. I get to keep my other coaster.
Yes.
So
I'll tell you what, that little shrine you got going there, you know, when I was falling asleep when I was there in March, I'm just like, wow, it was hard to sleep.
So I had to move everything around because now I'm homeschooling. So now I have Cannon's books low and my shrine is up high. I should show everybody. It's pretty cool. But
don't you also have like some shot glasses or something?
That's next on the list. You're a little psychic.
You're ahead of the game here.
A little psychic.
He's seeing into the future.
DGB shot glasses. I have bought an extra set when he was doing that, and I was saving them.
DGB needs to be there. He could sign the box.
It'd be awesome if
we got to get him
that
there.
Would be cool.
He's in Oklahoma. We got to get him there.
He's not that far.
No, he needs to come down just to.
So
he's a great dude.
I bought an extra set and
handmade.
Yeah, and they're etched with Litecoin on them.
Limited edition.
Really beautiful. And then Silver Gem is in the chat, and she sent a.
You got to go check out her site. I mean, she's got so many of these crystals. I mean, just amazing
I'm
stuff.
gonna have her on for an interview to say thank you. But she's sending a geo because she saw Mighty Mia loved crystals and stones and all of that. And so we have like a little by the back door, we have a picture of her. We have pictures of her everywhere, but we have a picture of her with her tennis shoes that she wore last. And we have a little stone that she loved.
I know.
So she noticed that.
This is the kind of experience you get though when you meet like-minded people, when we come together as we were born to be in this world. We're here for a reason. Don't let that doubt sink in and that feeling that I can't make a change, I can't do anything, and, what am I going to do? I'm just this person out here, whatever. I'm this guy in the middle of nowhere in the blue state of Illinois who, everybody can make an impact. You really can. You just got to get out and do it. Like Ben says, you got to get out into the world. You have to meet people, and then you'll find your tribe. You'll find the people who in your spirit you were born to meet. You were born to be here at this time in this transition. And it's when you step back, it's an emotionally impacting thing because we realize, you know what? We're spirit brothers and sisters, and that's really what we are. And we come together. And so if there's any doubt whether you should come to this event, don't let that hold you back. Don't say, oh, I wish I would have gone. Oh, I wish I would have done this. If you've got the opportunity, do it, because you're going to meet people like Dave. You're going to meet people like Lisa. You're going to meet people like Johnny Litecoin, Vic Weir, and Bitcoin Ben. I mean, you're going to meet people who have devoted their whole lives to something that doesn't exist. I mean, to this crypto, to this whole thing, but it's brought us all together at some deep level. And when we meet each other, we realize it. And there's just
something about that acknowledging, like, it meant the world to me. It was so sweet for her to acknowledge,
for her to see that and connect with that.
In the picture that Mia loved stones, and she's like, oh my gosh. So she's donating, like, this stone this geo is valued over $300 for someone to make that kind of sacrifice. I mean, a lot of these gifts that people are sending are worth, I mean, my gosh, the Qubit things are thousands of dollars. I mean, people are donating and contributing, and this is going to do something that honors my daughter, honors my father, honors my mother, honors our community, and
honors humanity,
honors our veterans,
their system.
You know, and right now where our country is, I think we couldn't be doing it at a better time. And we're going to be, you know, reaching out, supporting our veterans. And I think this is a great time. You know, this is the opportunity, and this is where I'm really excited about using Team Mighty every time we partner with somebody. You know, I mean, my gosh, LLS went woke, guys, and we still got them to. They are nationally taking crypto after 3 years. Took 3 years, and they went woke anyway. But they're taking crypto, so we can every year, whoever we partner with, we're going to show the love of community. We're going to show the love and support of truth and all of this. And I think this is just, I'm just really excited about it. So I want to finish this list of what I've got so far. The copper that Sean pledged yesterday, I'm going to drag him up here. He said he was going to come, and then he's like, yeah, I'm going to try to come. And then he said he's going to send a bunch of copper. So that'll be an auction item. And then just today, Jason Moore's in the chat and donated 1 Litecoin to also be an auction item, which I think that's amazing. So Daddy O says he's sending another Bitcoin and Litecoin coaster set. So that's really awesome. And they're so cool. They're like up in my little thing. So,
but no, I did want to add something to what Clint was saying a moment ago, was that you can make a difference in crypto. You know, after 38 eye surgeries, and 4 of which were implants, after 4 years of darkness, you know, I always said if I could make a difference that I would. There are a few things that need to change, and through smart contracts, I would like to do so. So to fix the system of disability, instead of it being a system of impoverishment.
Make it a system of empowerment.
Exactly.
And that's what we have. I mean, it's so clear to all of us. That's what we have now. It's a system of empowerment.
Get to this event, meet other people who can help you along on your journey, whether you're new, whether you've been around for a little while, have an idea, want to bounce it between friends to try to figure out a solution and how to fix it. So there are many people who are going to be at this event who are very talented, very educated in crypto. So.
Yeah. And we're going to have, opportunities. I'll be sure to have like how-tos afterwards. If you're new to crypto and you're like, I just want to come meet some people that love freedom and America. I want to hear about silver, you know, having assets in your own possession, wherever you are. Like, we want to meet you. We want to welcome you. Come to this event. This is a celebration of life, freedom, liberty, and bring resources to you. And wherever you are on that journey, we want to meet you there. That's what this is about. Oh, and Warriors for Freedom, one more gift. They're donating a whole Warriors for Freedom decanter and glasses set as well. So like, how crazy generous is that? They're really excited about it. They also created, I don't want to tell because Mom's watching, something for Mom to honor my dad too. So, and I was up driving my husband crazy for 3.5 hours last night, creating something for my dad too. So, so something special at the event. But we've got people coming to volunteer. We need you guys there. We need butts in the seats. We need people there donating and bidding on all these amazing silent auction items. And we want you guys there sharing this time with us. Once again, August 5th this is a whole weekend thing. You can't get a better bang for your buck. If you want to look at it as $150 for a great, get a $25 event with Fix Weir Friday night, $125, and you get an amazing dinner from Rococo's, which is like this amazing restaurant here in Oklahoma City. that is going to
And
be.
I know I've had their food, and
Yeah.
Bruce, and I mean, just the whole vibe and everything. It's just amazing food.
Yeah, so you'll have, it includes your dinner from Rococo's at the event on Saturday on August 6th, and a blessing from my Native American friends as you arrive, and then just some really great people to share time with, celebrate life, freedom, and liberty in our country. I can't thank you enough, Dave, and the Digibyte Assets X and the Qubit House. Like, that whole phone call from you guys was just really humbling. Once again, watching what Bix and Amy did for us kind of set the standard for us. When I met with the board, talking about when we had to change from when LLS went woke, and we had to change the foundation and kind of had the direction of how we did our, what we were going to do with the money as it came in to honor Mia's life, and what that was going to look like moving forward. It was such a God thing, because it was like, okay, well, this is about engaging with the community. And what are those examples? And Bix and Amy really set the standard for that. And, the Qubit House giving in the Digibyte community is just following right in step. And, all of our friends in the chat here that are just like, hey, how can I help? Daddy O going, hey, I'll make another set. And Mom chiming in with, I'm going to give 2 watches. And, Silver Jim jumping in with this amazing geode. And everybody just, Jim Montgomery, my gosh, everybody jumping in saying, I'm going to show up, I'm going to be there, and I want to be part of this to make it more and better. And I'm just really grateful. So,
hey, Dave, what can we do? I mean, what can people do who are coming to the event, in the event that they win one of these NFTs? What do they, some preliminaries that they can do? Download what kind of wallet to be prepared?
Yes,
to win that prize.
Absolutely. First off, okay, the Digibyte app that is on the App Store and iOS is really no longer. Noah stepped away from that for it has been for a while. So that is not supported on, it must be a V3 wallet, a third version wallet of that, a Digibyte. So you're going to want to download on your phone Coinami, the Coinami wallet on your cell phone. You get a 24-word seed phrase. Write that down as well, and do not take a screenshot. Do not store that online. Put that on paper or in Braille.
Yes.
But, also create a, your password for that. So, any word that you would use, and just download the wallet. You from there, I will walk you through the rest of the way, which is easy. Basically, I'm going to share and show you how to use DigiID in order to sign in to through your web browser. You will also be signing into digiassetx.com, and from your wallet on digiassetx.com, at the top right is a login button. You press that button, it's going to pop up a QR code, and I'm going to show you how to use DigiID in under 10 seconds.
So basically what you want to do is you want to, first steps, I mean, it can be intimidating. Download the Coinomi wallet, Coinomi, COINOMI. Go to your, store, your app store, your Play Store, download Coinomi, and then have that on your phone. I'll be honest with you, this week, what happened, my daughter, my 8-year-old daughter, she downloaded it, wrote down the seed phrase, and I sent her some Litecoin and Digibyte on her wallet. And she's looking at it every day now. She's on her iPad. She's looking at, oh man, oh my gosh, it went up. And so it's as easy, an 8-year-old can do it, you can do it. I mean, it's not that hard. Download that Coinomi wallet, get that on your phone, have that when you come to the event. That's a big first step.
And Digibyte is just so overlooked and not talked about. It's just flown under the radar. It's been developing, and so much has gone on with Digibyte over the last few years. It doesn't get publicized. We don't have advertising. We have community members. Everyone is a volunteer. I'm a volunteer with the Digibyte awareness team. Hope to get Johnny Law, who's in Tulsa, to come to Oklahoma City for this event as well. He's very big in the Digibyte awareness team also. So there will be people there.
Absolutely, to help you. Johnny Litecoin. I mean, he will help. I mean, there are people there, there are resources there who will help you. Come to this event if you're interested in crypto, want to learn how to do it. I mean, that's just an ancillary thing. I mean, the event, and being around the like-minded people, but, you'll be able to get into cryptocurrency. There's going to be a lot of people who are big silver bugs, because of BIX. And it gives them the opportunity to download that wallet. And I'll tell you right now, anybody who downloads that Coinomi wallet, I'm going to send them Litecoin. I'll provide,
and I'll send them Digibyte.
Exactly. And so that way, you have that wallet and boom, you've got money in your possession. You're going to understand and get that real life experience of, wow, I've got this on my wallet. And guess what's going to happen on Saturday when the banks are closed?
Well, speaking of silver, Tom just donated a 10-ounce bar of silver.
I mean,
and then Jim Montgomery followed it up with, he's going to also donate another 10-ounce bar of silver. That's the Beyond Mystic silver.
Wow.
So we've got 20 ounces of silver coming.
Well, there's going to be a little more silver coming because I got some Litecoin 1-ounce silver rounds that I'll send with my messenger because unfortunately I can't be there.
Y'all got a shot.
But I'm gonna send some Litecoin silver rounds. If somebody wants to download that Coinomi wallet, I will donate Litecoin to those wallets. So anybody there, I'm gonna make sure you got Litecoin in that wallet. Dave's gonna make sure you got Digibyte in that wallet. You're gonna know what sound money for the digital age is. You're gonna have it when you walk out. Worth the price of admission. Trust me on that. No doubt about it. You're gonna be set for the future.
So go to litecoinlisa.net. It's super
get your ticket.
Easy. Get your ticket. They're $125. It's an amazing dinner with amazing people. And
it's all a tax write-off. We're still in the old system, so it's a donation.
501c3 charity registered with that 3-letter agency we all hate. But you can, take your donations with your receipts. So your receipt is your check or your whatever.
I'll even throw in a cigar that I smoke all the time. So, a nice Westwood cigar,
Westwood's gift bag is getting bigger and bigger.
I know the bag, I'm like, hey, geez, everybody's donating all this silver 10-ounce bar. I got to throw something. I got to carry my weight. I got a lot of weight to carry, so I'm going to throw in some stuff too.
You guys are awesome.
So it'll be a special delivery.
I really appreciate it.
I'm going to buy courier.
And if you have questions of any crypto, this is your chance. Come and ask questions. You have a plethora of knowledge from myself, everyone else in this group that I've met over the years. These are the best people I've ever known.
Yeah, and this is like family. This is time with family for sure because we are all going to be together. I mean, this is a really this is a weekend. I mean, we're going to be together for Friday night. And I've got the Telegram chat that's listed on the event page where you can start chatting with everybody. Hey, what are you doing Saturday during the day? Or what time are you coming in either Thursday night? Some people are coming in Thursday night, going to hang out during the day. Friday, go to the event center and do some of the river rafting or go shopping downtown. We have a river walk. We have all kinds of stuff in Oklahoma.
Something about surfing.
You want to do surfing?
You can do a little body surfing.
Why not?
Hey, listen, when the world's collapsing and burning around you, there's no better place than in Oklahoma. The red state, every county's red in Oklahoma, so they're all about freedom. So you want to be there.
Our treasury backed with gold. So.
There you go. Precious metals, things that come out of the ground. All wealth comes out of the ground.
Kicking those bad banksters out. So
that's it. Get out of that vampire system, get that real wealth in your hands and come to this event. And I mean, it's not about all these things. It's really about the spiritual connection. It's about, you're going to realize that you already know it. You already know that you were born to be here, and you're just looking for the like-minded people because you talk to your friends, you talk to your family. It's like, man, nobody gets it. When you come to this event, how many times, every time we go to these events, somebody says, I didn't know there were other people out there like me. We're out there. And that's, we're leveraging this technology. We're leveraging these things that are out there. There are weapons on the battlefield that we're using to find each other. And that's really what these events are all about. It's about finding each other so that we can build a better future going forward. You will not regret going to one of these meetups. This one is huge, and I'm killing me.
I know. Well, and you guys this weekend get to Bix's event in St. Louis. Bitcoin.
Come to St. Louis tomorrow. I mean, and I'm going to be recruiting people to get to Oklahoma City next weekend because it's so important that you do get to these events. It's so important that you go to the one in Oklahoma City. So important that you go to this because your life will be changed. My life has changed every time I go to an event. Every time I go to an event. I hate to travel. I do it. And you know what? I'm so glad I do when I do it because it is so life-changing and validating to who you are and what really resonates with your soul. There's and like Dave says, the hugs. I mean, it's just like, you just know each other. I mean, when you meet each other, it's just, that these are brothers and sisters, from another dimension, from another world, another time. And we've come together at this time to bridge that gap from the old system to the new system and be a part of that, be a part of this great awakening that we're going through. And this is just, another stepping stone to that, to where you're going to look back and say, yep, I was there. I participated in that. Like Ben says, what were you doing, during the Great Reset, during the Great Revolution?
We're writing history right now.
I was watching YouTube videos. No, you're going to be participating in it. You're going to be part of it.
We're not going to tell our grandkids, that we did nothing. So
we're writing history right now.
Absolutely.
I'm grateful to be writing it with you guys, and please join us. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys all here, and grateful to all of you guys. So talk to you soon. Please go to litecoinlisa.net, get your tickets, and we'll see you guys in my hometown, Oklahoma City. See you there.